Alright everybody, welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. This is a nighttime edition because, well, we are doing an episode. It's a contest response video, if you will. So the channel here is MiddleLifeCrisisRants. Now, it's a 100 sub contest, but in reality, he's already got 220 plus last time I checked, okay? So, we got three conditions. First, let the video be less than 20 minutes. Second, the shitty record that you happen to like in your collection. And three, talk a little bit of a story about passionate about music. Show how it started, probably about 10 albums. I think I've got maybe about between 10 and a dozen, okay? So, let's go into this right off the bat. So, I'm a big Kiss fan, okay? I have been for, geez, probably most of my life, to be honest with you, at least since 1975 or 76. But this particular album here, a lot of people, a Kiss on Mask 1980, by the way, which is Gene Paul Ace and Anton Fig on drums, okay? Kind of goofy. This one here, would you believe, is still sealed. It's still sealed. I've got another copy lying around somewhere here. Here's the front, here's the back. Of course, this is on Casablanca Records, and it does have the poster with it. But you know what? I mean, to me, I think, okay, it's not fair, all right? I happen to like Shandy. I know it was a big hit in Australia. It grows on you. I like Talk to Me, a Torpedo Girl, Two Sides of the Coin. I love Ace's stuff, okay? Is That You, which is one of Paul's numbers. I actually happen to like this damn album, but most people, not a big fan of Kiss Unmasked, all right? So, here's the thing. I am going to be 56 years old at the end of the month. I started collecting music, if you will, records too, in the early 1970s. I'm originally from Chicagoland, okay? I had lots of different sources. WLS, Super CFL was the two AM ones. We had the Loop 97.9, we had 93 XRT. We had a whole bunch of Chicago area stations that we could listen to, okay? But one of the things that got me started, truthfully, now this is not, unfortunately, the copy that I purchased back in 1973, okay? But I found the original copy in a clearance cutout bin at a Woolworths in downtown Crystal Lake, Illinois. I was 6 years old. We're talking about the double album Dick Clark, 20 Years of Rock and Roll. Now, I love oldies, okay? But the nice thing about this is, like I said, it's 53 to almost 73. So you had a little bit from every year, okay? This thing comes with a book, and I know and some of them came with a square record where you could hear Dick Clark's interview, and I just thought that was the coolest, okay? That got my love into 50s music. So my gateway, if you will, into that stuff was Elvis. Could not pass up Elvis, all right? 1975, 76 is when I also started liking Elvis, and I was buying every Elvis record I could get. Now, this isn't the best condition, this 1966 Spin Out. It does happen to have the bonus photo, go figure, and somebody decided to tape the blurb here, so I wish, I don't know. I mean, if I remember correctly, I think this sucker's in mono. Yeah, no, stereo. I wish it was in mono. But needless to say, Elvis was a big one for me, and he still is. Then we gravitate a little bit to Buddy Holly. This is an original 1958 on Coral, okay? It's not in the best of shape, but you know what? I'll tell you something. I love Buddy. Buddy died too damn soon. I think we all can agree upon that, all right? So, Buddy Holly. So, Elvis, Buddy Holly. Then, by about maybe also the same time, 6, 7, 8 years old, going maybe to about 10, okay, I found my first love, the Monkees. That's right. This is a 1981 Japan reissue of Head. That's right. All the other countries got the silver Mylar cover. Not this. Japanese got this copy, and the back is in color, which is not in your Cold Gems original mix. Also, we also had, so I have two bands that are my most favorite of all time. Of course, the Beatles, another gateway, okay, the British Invasion, all that type of sound, psychedelic, all kinds of things, okay. This one here, just showing you Magical Mystery Tour, okay. The movie wasn't exactly that great. Soundtrack, a hell of a lot better. I'm glad to have this. You know, I love the Beatles. I'll always love the Beatles and the Monkees, period. And then I also started listening to a lot of Paul Revere and the Raiders too, towards the mid to late 70s as well, okay. Beatles-wise, I started collecting 78, 79, you know, before Lennon died, and I was able to get a whole bunch of stuff. I missed my first collection. But then we also have Paul Revere and the Raiders. I love all their stuff. They were one of the best, I'm sorry, garage rock bands. Because they were a garage rock band in the early 60s, and then they went into different phases. Also, I would say probably by 1980, I fell in love with Badfinger, all right? The original lineup, of course, will always be the best. One of the things that I really regret is I had a chance in 1982 to try to meet Tom Evans and Joey Milland. Of course, I was turned away at the door because I was only 15 years old. You see, it was a bar. I tried to see if I could get any of them to come out, you know, but that didn't happen. So then, we go early to mid-80s, okay? We start going here. I start falling in love with the Mighty Zepp. Yes, Mighty Zeppelin. I still think they are one of the best thunderous, bombastic bands of all time, without a doubt. I like just about their whole entire catalog. The first brand new album I remember buying back in the day was Presents, I think. So like I got Presents in Through the Outdoor and Coda, brand new, okay. But Zeppelin, and then we go courtesy really kind of MTV, all right, in the early to mid 80s. We go to Blue Oyster Cult, which my last Jukebox from Hell episode was Blue Oyster Cult's Imaginos. This one here is a little example from the Spectres album. I have most of their output. Blue Oyster Cult, very underrated. I think they're one of the, I could put BOC and Rush as two of the best thinking man's bands, if you understand what I'm saying, guys. Intelligent, intellectual at times. So then we start going into stuff more recent. What have I said? And I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of new music exactly per se, okay? I'm just not a big fan of it. So I go back to the well for the older stuff, but it's stuff that I recently discovered over the last couple of years, for example. This is courtesy from my friend Scott. Plasmatics. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Way before their time. Way before their time. Plasmatics Coup d'etat album. We've got that. Then we have a very underrated genius, in my opinion, Nielsen. This is a German copy of Nielsen Schmielsen. Alright. The Beatles loved him. The Monkees loved him. Lots of people loved him. But Nielsen, I am trying to get their whole catalog. Another one that is still going strong. The Mal Brothers, ladies and gentlemen. Sparks. Oh, yes. Look at that. And this one here, by the way, this introducing Sparks, is, you're going to like this. It is a Columbia white label promo, red vinyl. Yes, and it sounds beautiful. And then one of the last bands that I got turned on to, thanks to around 2020, I got to talk to the band. I felt like a rock star for 2 seconds. They ushered me right in. I got front row. We're talking Nectar. I am a big fan of this prog rock band, and they're still making music. New album supposedly coming within the next 6 months. So yeah, that's some of them for you. That's my loves, my history of music. And That's the one thing about music, right? Is that it never stops. The collecting never stops, the listening never stops, and the enjoying of it never stops. And that's what's important. And you know, I got to tell you something out of all honesty. Like I said, my name's Paul, okay? But I don't quite remember what your name is, and I apologize about that. But thank you for doing this contest, okay? Because it did make me think about good stuff here, okay? Good times. That's a lot of music is attached to that. It gives me memories and such. So anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoy this video. Go subscribe, if you haven't already, to Middle Life Crisis Rants at 220 plus subscribers. The contest ends on the 16th. That's what he told me. I'll put the link in the comments to the contest too. Take care. God bless. Rock on. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, always powered by coffee each and every time. That's the Psycho Promise. Take care.